Course 3, Lesson 19, talking polygons, which is a fancy math word for shapes. A polygon or shape is a closed plane figure with straight sides. They have the same number of sides as angles. So, wrong here because this ain't a straight side. Wrong here because it's not closed. We got an opening. Wrong here. Plane figure. This looks like a 3D, right? Three-dimensional. It's got depth. You can only have length and width. Yes. Bing, 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 bing. This is what we call a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided figure. Do you know what those are called? Think about it. Think about it. We'll come back. Regular polygons are where sides are all the same length, which means angles are also same. This is a regular triangle or an equilateral triangle because if I measured all these with a ruler, they'd all be equal. Equal sides for this, regular hexagon. I show tick marks to show that all the sides are equal. This square is regular. And if all the sides are equal, that means all these angles too. Letter D must not be, though. Two acute angles. Two obtuse, right? These are clearly more than 90. These are clearly less than 90. That cannot be if it's regular. So that's how you could tell from sight. That makes sense? We asked what's a 5-sided figure earlier. That's on here. What is it? Pentagon. You can learn all the way up to dodecagon. Anything beyond that, like a 13, you just call a 13gon. My favorite shape. Vertices, or a vertex, is where the lines meet like we did with an angle. Here are the most important terms from today's lesson. Congruent means same shape and size. You can put that on a cheat sheet or at least in your math notes. Congruent equals same shape, same size, like figures A and D. Notice what changed. It's like they rolled this one over and tipped it up on its side. We changed the orientation, which is the way that they're shown, right? The way they're sitting on the ground. We could slide and turn figure A, slide it over here, and like I said, turn it up. And that would then perfectly align on top of it. A, C, and CD are not congruent because they are not the same size. They are similar, though. Similar means, like C and D, these match up in a regular pattern. They're just different. It's like if you took letter D and like on a computer you pulled it from a corner to make it larger, it would look like C, and then you just have to tip it over on its side maybe, which is called, again, well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Figure C appears to be a dilation or an enlargement of figures A and D, which are similar to each other. So C are congruent to each other. C is only similar, not congruent to, because it's a different size, but same shape, just bigger. So C was dilated or enlarged, means to make bigger. Similarity is sort of like the about equal sign, except only one squiggly line. You with me? So we learned congruent versus similar. Orientation, changing the way it looks, the way it's sitting there. And then dilation means to enlarge it. Letter A, which triangle below appears to be similar, same shape, same proportions, but different size. And letter B, what's congruent, so same shape and same size. A, B, and C are all similar, but they are not congruent. They are not exact if you measured them up. A and C, though, are. Letter A, is this a regular polygon? No, because this side's clearly bigger than this side. Which of the following is not a way to name the rectangle? We didn't talk a lot about naming rectangles. But you got to go in order. Generally, we go clockwise. which should be like, you know, the way that the clock goes. So A, D, C, B. I think. Let me make sure that that's what they want. We identify by naming the letters of its vertices in order. The rest of the letters can be named clockwise or counterclockwise. I guess you just keep going. So you can't get out of order is really all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's clockwise or counterclockwise, but you can't go A, D, B, C, right? So B, A, D, C seems fine. And notice the symbol, right? You put this in front of it. So that's fine. A, D, C, B is fine. That was like the one I just started. B, A, C, D. B, A, and then he cuts over here. C, D. So that's this one was good, but this one's no good. That's the answer is C. All right. What's the name for the shape of a stop sign? I'll let you do that. I'll let you look at the polygon for H. That's kind of a fun one. And how about letter E and G? So C, D, E, G. Thank you.